Hello students, this session is for Political Science Foundation batch. We call it program overview, and the purpose is to make the aspirants who are going to join the next foundation batch, uh, what should they have in the mind, and more than that, who should join the batch. No, these 2-3 points that we take it in the program overview. The first of all is that political science is the beautiful subject and the most utilitarian optional for civil services mains examination. In the foundation batch, when we come the foundation batch, the name itself suggests that it gives you a sufficiently detailed knowledge about the every topic given in the syllabus of the mains examination. Therefore, the foundation is like making you ready with your notes and the concepts, understanding the internal beauty, or you can say contradictions and clarity of the topics involved. Any optional requires a bit of specialization, right? And when the optional requires a bit of specialization, you need some kind of interpretation, some kind of commentary on each and every optional topics that you may have. So the foundation batch is about clarity more than covering the syllabus, because if the covering the syllabus is the only goal, then everybody covers the syllabus. But until the syllabus is covered with conceptual clarity and the real life examples that you may have, it will not be having a good ink in your memory. Good ink in the memory means that if you read through examples, then you have better chances actually to recall that or memorize that. So the foundation batch should not go wrong. So every student has different aspirations, different capabilities, and definitely different academic background. So foundation batch also helps every student from different backgrounds. Somebody is from engineering, somebody is from sciences, somebody is from maybe other non-political science background. So the foundation batch gives all of us the opportunity to align ourselves with the requirement of the civil services. So what we achieve in the foundation batch, because it is the lengthiest batch in all the political science courses, because which may have advanced political science of 20-25 days or test series, but none of them will actually replace foundation batch, because foundation batch gives you sufficient time to rise again and again and again, meet with your teachers, revise your books, go through your notes, ask supplementary questions if you want, and align yourself with the requirement of the UPSC. And that's what is the foundation batch there. So all the students who have not done any classes here or perhaps anywhere, those will be the first category of the students who may choose and who must choose the foundation batch only, because going to mains examination without covering the foundation batch will always be a risky business. Why? Because I have seen that many students who have cleared prelims have done enough preparation of the political science for mains examination, but since they could not do somehow for certain regions the foundation batch from perhaps a good teacher, they always lack the depth in their answer. They know, how to write introduction. They know what is the main 1-2 arguments in whatever question that is coming in the examination. But when the question requires comprehensiveness or requires some side knowledge of that topic, requires some critical evaluation, so they always lack. And the worst part is when your concepts are not very clear, whatever the good preparation you will make, the examiner will be very easily knowing that you are lacking. And this is why the foundation batch is something which is very important. Now, every student has different background, different capability, and they require a teacher who can interact with them. Because this is where the GS score will be unparalleled, because we have small batches, of course, not like 500, 600. It's a very small batch, like in that comparison. And so the interaction with me, with all these students, will be something that you can never get anywhere else. And second thing is the conceptual clarity that you have here will not be possible anywhere else. I mean, you can say it's like exaggerating the things, but I'm confident enough this is what we do and this is what we have been doing. So a foundation batch is something which should not go wrong. A GS foundation, Pol Science foundation, because if the foundation stone is wrong, if you join the foundation batch which could not give you the sufficient traction, sufficient outcome which it should have given, then for your entire life of UPSC preparation you will be suffering. And if the foundation goes wrong or it doesn't give the optimal result for the student, the catch-up exercise remains throughout years after years after years, simply because that foundation batch was not at par what it should be. So going through unnecessarily mass type of classes or believing that notes will do the things for you, it doesn't happen. No good enough notes, any kind of notes will be good enough for you until somebody is there to interpret that notes for you. And it is not about the notes, believe me. Notes will only take you to a certain level until you have someone to tell you what exactly and how exactly you have to think about that. And this is what the foundation batch. Now the next category of the students, those who should be joining the batch, which we are starting, I think, within 1 or 2 weeks from now, are those students who think that they have good enough knowledge for the political science, but somehow they are unable to clear mains once or twice. So they are not very sure. When you write test series, then you are exposed. And therefore, the reason is that perhaps you have not done any foundation batch, or the place from where, the teacher from where you have done your foundation batch is not been sufficiently helping you, So we think that एक बार कर लिया तो फिर दोबारा फाउंडेशन बैच में क्यों जाए. थोड़ा ईगो पे भी बात आती है कि मैंने तो कर लिया है. I mean, please understand one thing. UPSC का ईगो रहने दो. When you are giving the UPSC exam, only ego which should be cared and respected is the UPSC ego. Aspirants should not have any ego. So you have done once from somewhere, but you are not good enough. So therefore feeling that कि अरे यार अब मैं दोबारा कैसे करूँ, I mean ego पे बात आती है कि मैंने तो कर लिया है, I know enough. Please don't do this. I mean that is not required. So whenever you think that you don't know sufficiently, even if you have done some course here from somewhere, but you must join, because optional is the best bet for a good rank and final selection in the interviews. And optionals requires a specialization, and any mistake in the optional, any blunder in the optional, or if the examiner comes to know that the student is not good enough in the optional, so those 500 marks will create a huge dent in your chances for the final selection. So the foundation batch must be taken very seriously. It has sufficient time, so you have enough chances to make yourself start from the beginning. That's what we do in the foundation batch, from the beginning. Even if you are from engineering background, for example, then you have sufficient time actually to go through books and read multiple times. One topic each day will happen, and we have roughly 200 topics, so it will take sufficiently 175 classes, 170 classes, something like that, in 6 months period of time. Roughly, I mean, of course, 1 or 2 weeks here or there, but then foundation batch is like not in rush, but definitely not lazy. It has a typical routine, Monday to Friday, 2.5 hour classes, which makes it in 6 months, except certain holidays here and there, a sufficient time to go through all the topics. Now, the foundation batch is also good in one more thing for the students who have the beautiful choice of taking this optional, that only in the foundation batch you know two things which you will never know in any other kind of test series or short courses for the political science. And that number one is the relative importance of the topic, because when you read all the syllabus from 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, then you know that which topic is how much important. And this is actually a useful piece of information, because you will be able to do justice to that topic according to the importance. For example, a few topics like John Rawls or Karl Marx or IR theories, or India's relation with the great powers or key concepts of IR. These are the topics, only one topic. It's look like when you read the syllabus, they look like, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is just topic number 8. So it is equal to topic 1 to 7. This is not the case actually. So certain topics given in the syllabus, in the numbering 1, 2, 3 to 9, some of them will be so important that they may take 40% of the importance alone in entire paper, and so you know that I have to focus more. And only in the foundation batch, then we make you understand what is the topic, why that is so important, and you also know that for the certain portion of the syllabus which are the most important here and there in both papers, both parts, what other sources you can cover. Because it is not like general sources, read OP GABA, read CL Vapor, read that, read this. Here in the foundation batch, a good student should be able to ask his or her teacher that in each and every topic, what the unique sources they can cover. Because certain topics can be done directly from OP GABA, but certain topics are not given good in OP GABA. So you'll have to go somewhere else. Certain topics can be prepared only from the ORF websites very easily, but not all the topics. Right? So certain topics requires current affairs knowledge. Certain topics requires the dynamic and other portions of the constitution. So foundation batch will actually tell you that which topic can be read from what sources. Not only any book actually, even OP GABA or very famous kind of books. No student is required to read any book 100%, no book is 100% appropriate. Some books are 70% appropriate, some books are only 30% appropriate. And this distinction, this distinguishing vision that you learn in the foundation batch, and that's why the foundation batch should be done. Now, the question comes from many students that what is the appropriate time in their journey of UPSC prep to join the foundation batch? Somebody is doing the second year graduation course, somebody is doing third year graduation, somebody is shifted to ORN in New Delhi, somebody is sitting in Hyderabad or Chennai doing busy, somebody is married in domestic life and all. So when is the right time to prepare for the optional, if the optional is political science? And the answer is very simple, as soon as possible. Somebody is saying, sir, I'm in second year. Can I prepare for the political science optional right now? See, you are an adult. Second year doesn't mean you are a kid. You are not in class 2. So why I'm pushing you to go for as soon as possible, because once you complete the syllabus, then knowledge takes some times to sink in and to get mature. You know, get mature. Because I read, I'm very enthusiastic student, and I'm pushing myself with the teacher for the entire foundation batch of the 6 months, and the batch is over. And then I will be settling down at home and looking into the different topics, revising again, and then the knowledge will settle down into you. And the settled knowledge for which you are confident will actually be in your random access memory, that whatever questions you will get in the examination, you will be do justice to them. So earlier you complete it, better it will be for your UPSC journey. So anything like, sir, I'm doing that course, so can I do this? I mean, this is the era of online courses. And the beauty of this foundation batch is that you have both online offline option, and all the offline students will always have optional to go online. So not necessarily. So all the online videos for both online offline students will be there in your account. They are in your account. So offline is definitely more interactive, no doubt in that. I mean, nobody can deny that, because when you see the faces, when you stay in front of the teacher, then the interaction level, communication level is slightly different. But online has the huge advantage that you can see that class perhaps as many times as you want, rectify your notes for the next maybe 12 months or something like that, because those videos will be available perhaps 6 months more after your classes. Those videos will not go out of your account, you know. So the foundation batch here in the GS score, what I do is that we keep it in a very comprehensive mode, because with this foundation course of political science, you also have a full-fledged test series associated with the program itself. So when your foundation batch will be over, then before the next month after your foundation batch, your test series will be activated into your account. Online students will write that online, and offline students can write them offline or online. So entire test series of perhaps 10 or 12 tests, full 250 marks, perhaps then 6 or 4 tests for each papers will be available to you, checked by our team, finally evaluated by me, and you will have, even after your each test, opportunity to interact with me what happened in that test particularly. And the third thing for those students who will be here in GS Score Foundation Batch Political Science with me, they will get 20-25 days additional advanced political science classes that is designed specifically for those people who will be giving mains in whenever the PT result is out, after your 6 months batch is over. So for this, if we starting the batch in Feb, then your batch will end somewhere in 6 months period. And then for the next year, 2025 pre-result will be out. Then all these batch student will be sent the notification and have the option to again offline, online, join our advanced political science class, and that will be, I think, a huge revision as well as a learning process for you, because foundation खत्म हो गया, 2-4 महीने घर पे पढ़ाई किया, फिर एडवांस कोर्स किया, फिर टेस्ट सीरीज भी दिया. तो see, this is the full package which nobody else can provide you. The amount of time that we give to the students here to make them truly a good student of political science will be impossible for anyone actually to achieve that. So friends, things are very clear here that the foundation batch, a beautiful optional political science, and your decision to go for this optional is unparalleled. No optional can actually touch the beauty as well as the utility of political science for this examination. And pol science student, when you have good knowledge of pol science, you always feel so good. You feel, like you have the ability to speak and understand on each and every topic which is there in the newspaper, in television debates, or some big person is giving the interview. You know it. You know it. The advantages are in the law field, in journalism, in NGO, in politics. Everywhere the political science knowledge will keep you in the edge over the other. So, the foundation batch is something that you must do without actually caring for how much you know political science. If you don't know anything from different background, then this is your course. And if you think that you know something, so why to go for this long 6 months? Please don't be that kind of rustic or perhaps slightly egoistic. Join it, because then you will test your knowledge, learn few things extra, because here in the UPSC, even the slight mistakes and inefficiency will not be allowed. So with this, I'll rest my case, and I'll request all these students to come to the next batch of the GSS Core Political Science Foundation with me, RP Singh. Thank you.